All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday in a busy year thus far in the store. I think we're already up to like 400 wines. That's right, Thaddeus. You may be able to take more pictures than me, but I get a hell of a lot more notes than you do. And this is a great producer that I was not familiar with, and that's why you got to keep your door open. You never know who's going to walk through it. One of my favorite things in the world, the wines of Piedmont and Nebbiolo, and this brought me 3 Nebbiolos at least. I mean, I had to drink 1 Dolcetto to get to the Nebbiolo, and a lot of producers, you know, this is in their DNA, but I don't get it. The same price as the Nebbiolo Langhe, and 10 times out of 10, I'm going to order Nebbiolo. The Dolcetto wasn't bad, though. This is a small family-run business out of Treso. They got vineyards in Barbaresco, and all estate bottled juice. The name of this wine, Ladalai, refers to the Larks. Their neighbors are Pellicero and Barbaresco. They also have vineyard, the famous vineyard Asili in Barbaresco. Giacosa, one of the people that also has Asili fruit, and his is 10 times the price, and these guys used to sell their fruit to Produttori, which is a co-op in the 80s, but they started making wine their own label until the 80s, rather. And this wine, the Dolcetto is nice, a pretty wine. It's got, you know, black raspberry fruit, a nice spice, a bit tannic on the finish, nice freshness, but very simple, easy drinking wine, a good little wine. Like I said, why would you buy that if you have the Nebbiolo Langhe at the same price? And the Cattle Baio refers to a brown horse, which I guess your grandfather liked horses, and he had a brown horse. So anyways, as part of the Grasso clan, Silvio Grasso is their cousin, I believe. Very pretty nose here to this Nebbiolo Langhe. This is all declassified Barbaresco fruit, fresh picked flowers, red cherry, some nice fresh earth here, truffles, really smooth and silky wine on the tongue. This 2012, very forward, very seductive, very drinkable. These Langhe Nebbiolos, a good taste of what Barbaresco and Barolo are like at a fraction of the cost. A very good little wine at $26.25. All right, the Barbaresco Valgrande is up next. This is a vineyard right next to the winery. It's their largest production wine. They make about 50,000 bottles, which is under 5,000 cases, so still a small production wine. A colder vintage than 2009 and 2011, so less alcohol and very elegant. These 2010s are really nicely built here. This wine's got a pretty nose of fresh flowers, truffle, earthy notes, red licorice spice, red cherry fruit. Really nice complexity and nuance here, and lovely richness in this wine. A little bit more forward than the Asili, but still has layers of sweet cherry liqueur-like fruit, an array of pretty floral notes, and a long finish. Very well built. This wine needs some time, but most excellent juice, and very reasonably priced. It's like $50. The Barbaresco Asili wins my vote. $57 for the best value I've had all year from the Piedmont. This is a very high-level Barbaresco vineyard. Only 10,000 bottles produced with this crew, and like I said, one of the most famous crews in Barbaresco. 80% of this wine goes into larger oak. This is a very traditional producer, but they do put a little in some smaller tonneau, but no new oak. They don't want to muck up the flavors of Nebbiolo and the terroir, which is all important in the Piedmonts, the only wine region in the world that you make Nebbiolo at this level of quality. This wine has a lot of nuance to it, a little bit heavier, but still fresh and lively. An array of spice, oriental spices, floral notes, wonderful freshness in this wine. It's got a lot of fruit to it, but a lot of tannins here also. Young Nebbiolo needs time. This 2010, a classic vintage. I would like to see this wine again in 10 years from now or more. Very well built, most excellent juice at $60.75. Hey, that doesn't sound cheap, but for Barbaresco Asili, it is a steal. That's what we had to drink with our new friends from Cattle Baio. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.